Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. I am Susan Lynn. I'm a psychic medium. Thank you for joining me today. For all the new subscribers, which I've been getting tons of, I just want to say a big thank you. Of course, a lot of you guys are over from Linda G, and I really appreciate it. Thank you so very much. To all of my returning subscribers and viewers, welcome back. Thanks again for taking the time to join me. I want to talk about something really positive today, which is good for a change, right? President Biden has signed an executive order recently about competition in America. Now, I did post this on my community page, but I really think it's worth a video because my spirit guides, and in case you're just new here, I speak to my spirit guides on the daily, and they actually talk to me while I'm doing these videos. So they actually give me information while I'm talking to you. But my spirit guides said this is something we should all rally around, and they gave us an action item, which means they want us to take action. It's very easy action to take, and it really could do a lot of good, not only for our midterm elections in the United States, but also in your local elections as well. It's really simple. So here's the deal. His executive order is about competition in America, really and truly the lack thereof competition. And I'm looking at the fact sheet right now for the executive order on promoting competition in the American economy. There's actually a lot of things you can learn that we maybe didn't know. I'm going to go over some of the things right now. Let me tell you what the action item is first, because some of you don't have time to watch these whole videos. So the action item is call your local senator, your representative, and I mean your federal, your U.S. congressman, U.S. senator. Call their office and say, have you seen President Biden's executive order on competition? Do you know what this is going to do for our country? It's going to provide extra jobs. It's going to make people be able to open their own businesses, to service a lot of the things that are going to be now available, right? So we're going to have more opportunities for Americans to start businesses, to provide services, where he is breaking up this, hold, this lockdown on certain sectors, okay? Now, if you're blessed enough to live in a little blue dot or a great big blue dot, then for all means, please call these people and say, would you please have a community forum where you go over what this means for your community? Because first of all, it's going to benefit you. It's going to educate your community this summer as when you're off from Congress, and it's going to help us get the word out about what Biden is doing to help everyone, okay? So this is a big deal. The spirit guides are really excited about this. If we can get our U.S. senators and representatives, and also even your local state reps and senators, to do these community forums and then call the news and say, hey, guess what? This senator's doing a community forum on the new executive order and what it means for people in my district, in my town, in my state. This is a big deal, you guys. This is a big deal. Let me tell you how I even heard about this executive order, because I think it underscores the importance of what's going on here. Now, when you watch YouTube, you may not be aware of this, but YouTube watches everything you watch. They keep track. Not at all like Big Brother, but anyway, they keep track, and they put videos in front of you that they think you might find helpful. So that's how you find me, perhaps. Maybe my video just appeared in your feed and you thought, that looks like a nutty chick. Let me check her out, right? Well, in my case, this video appeared in my feed, and it was a guy, and I'm going to put it on the screen. A guy who said, it's finally here. Biden has signed an executive order to allow us to repair things. And I thought, well, that's interesting. First of all, I hadn't even heard of the executive order. Second of all, I didn't realize why Biden would care about us repairing things. So I clicked on it. Now, this guy has over 1 million followers. So this is a big channel, okay? Last I looked, this one video had 644,000 views, okay? So this guy's got quite the mouthpiece. He's got quite the bully pulpit, right? So here he goes. He starts talking about this executive order. It turns out that this guy is into electronics repair, helping people repair electronics, cell phones, tablets, and other things. And the first thing that he started going on about was not the executive order. The first thing he went on about, and he went on for minutes, was how he was going to get blowback in the comments section because this was a Biden initiative, that this was a Biden executive order. And he went on to say, I don't care who fixes this. I am not a Democrat, and I'm not a Republican. I'm an independent, and I vote on issues. And if Trump had brought this, I would be supporting it because it needs to get done. Just so happens that Biden brought it. But I know that in the comments, I'm going to get blowback because if I say Trump, I get blowback. If I say Biden, I get blowback. There's such a division in this country, but you guys have to understand, we have things that need to get done, and we need to support the people that are trying to do those things. So he went on, and I thought, that's very interesting, right? And what's really interesting to me, as far as what my guides are telling me, is that he makes an excellent point. By doing this amazing competition executive order, Biden is squarely aiming at Americans. He's not aiming at R's or D's. He's fixing things that Americans care about. Very much like Obama fixed, to a degree, the healthcare system by making the ACA or Obamacare. I happen to know 2 Republicans, at least personal friends, that switched parties after they could get insurance through Obamacare. They kind of had the light bulb moment, right? This is one of those things. This is why I'm so excited about this. This is one of those executive orders that's actually going to touch people in your community. It's going to touch people across the United States. That is a big deal. And that's why my spirit guides are saying, please have people make this a rallying point. Why not have senators and House members go to their communities and say, this is how I think the Biden executive order is going to help you. Let me tell you a few points of there's a fact sheet, which I'm going to put in the description. You're more than welcome to read the entire legalese version if you like, but I go straight to the thing that I can literally understand the words. So here's some of the things that this executive order is going to do. It's going to make it easier to change jobs and help raise wages by banning or limiting non-compete agreements, unnecessary cumbersome occupational licensing requirements that impede economic mobility. So I don't know exactly what the details of this is, but in many cases you can't cut hair. In Texas, if you go to Oklahoma, you have to start all over again. Same thing with massage therapists. I mean, really, shouldn't we have a nationalized licensing so that people can be more nomadic? Because this is where we are, right? Sometimes we have to move, or sometimes it would be better for you to move, right? Maybe your husband has a better economic opportunity somewhere, but you don't feel like it's a good thing because you'd have to give up your source of income. It's just impeding, right? It just narrows down, locks people in for no reason. At one point, and I don't know if this is still the case, but I read, and I know this is from 2017, but I've also read that this is still the case. You guys will have to let me know about this, but I heard that Walmart of all places, makes their employees sign a do not compete contract as recently as 2017, which means that not only can you not go to work for, say, Target or Costco, but it also means in the fine print that you couldn't go to work for Coca-Cola because you can't also work for any of their vendors. So how nice of Walmart to stop people from upwardly mobile, from going to work for Coca-Cola and maybe being, a delivery person for Coca-Cola or Lay's or any of the millions of vendors that work with Walmart. You're literally trapped in Walmart. Do not compete contracts aren't even really enforceable to a degree these days. The courts aren't even enforcing them. So in some ways, this is just making something more permanent. But the problem is people don't know they're not enforceable. And if you sign on the dotted line that looks like a contract, you think it's enforceable, and it changes the way you do things. It changes your thought process I can't leave because I can only work for Walmart. That is wrong. So by doing this, Biden is saying people should be able to go to work where they want to go to work. They shouldn't be held back by a do not compete clause. Okay? That's old school, needs to go. Here's another good one. Lowering prescription drug prices by supporting state and tribal programs that will import safe and cheaper drugs from Canada. Woo! Thank God. So now if a state wants to import drugs from Canada, they can. That's going to lower prescription drugs, and that's going to start like a domino effect. My guides are showing me that's going to start a domino effect that's really going to help us in a big way. Here's another one. Saving Americans with hearing loss, so hearing aids, thousands of dollars by allowing hearing aids to be sold over the counter at drugstores. Right now you have to go to a special center, and they're just going to make it more open, more available for you to get this product from different places. Now, of course, sometimes you're going to need to see a specialist, and you absolutely should. But if you have something that's just run-of-the-mill, you should be able to buy it more places. See, again, it's the he's trying to really broaden our abilities to buy products. Here's another one. This is a really good one. It's going to save Americans money on their internet bills by banning excessive early termination fees, requiring clear disclosure of plan costs to facilitate comparison shopping, and ending landlord exclusivity agreements that stick tenants with only one internet option. Now, see, this is something that really drives me crazy because here we can only get one cable company. Why is that even allowed? Why don't I have my choice between 5 cable companies? Isn't competition a part of an open marketplace? Isn't that capitalism? Okay, but not according to the R's out there. It's not. It's let's reward this company all of this business, right? So that's going to save us money. Internet companies won't be able to charge us excessive early termination fees, and they're going to have to disclose their plans to facilitate comparison shopping. Listen to this. Making it easier for people to get refunds from airlines and to comparison shop for flights by requiring clear upfront disclosure of add-on fees. Again, this has just got Elizabeth Warren written all over it, right? I mean, this is like she just handed him a wish list of some of her wishes, and probably a little Bernie in here, right? Here's another one. Make it easier and cheaper to repair items you own by limiting manufacturers from barring self-repairs of third-party repairs of their products. This is that video that let me know about this whole thing to begin with. This guy was saying, right now, all we can do is exchange a screen. But really and truly, we have the ability to fix the speaker, right? How many times does your speaker go out? How many times does your earbud port go out? And you know what? You might as well throw your phone or tablet away, because to send it in for repair is weeks and weeks and weeks long. It's just ridiculous. You know, I can go to my auto shop, local auto shop, and get my oil changed in 30 minutes and be on my way. This is what we should be doing with our devices. This guy said, look, I can repair any device and all devices, but I can't get the parts. And if we open it up, we void the warranty. So this is what he's talking about. This is what he's so excited about. This is a game changer. Let me also say that if repair shops can now repair devices, how many more repair shops are you going to see in your neighborhood, in your city, in your town? Tons. What does that do? Create jobs, create sales taxes, create federal income taxes. It's actually growth. By breaking apart this competition, this lockhold on us, Biden is creating jobs. He's creating a positive atmosphere for people to create new businesses. It's a win-win. I'm telling you, call your congressman and tell them to get out in front of people and preach this so that we can get positive messaging about what Biden is doing. Here's another good one. Make it easier and cheaper to switch banks by requiring banks to allow customers to take their financial transaction data with them when they go to a competitor. I don't know about you, but if I want to switch my bank, whom I've been with for probably 20 years for this very reason, I would literally have to rent a Brinks truck. Not that I have a lot of money, but I would have to rent I would have to literally withdraw my money, put it in my bra like Jen does with her crystals, and go to the next bank and pull it out of my bra and give it to them and deposit it. And you want to know what? This is South Texas, people. We have rules against something called sweaty money. I'm not kidding. Go into a convenience store. There's a sign on the door that says, "We do not take sweaty money." I don't think that's legal because I think cash is tendered anywhere, but I'm just saying. I might get to the bank. My money going to be sweaty if it's in my bra and I'm down here. I'm just telling you like it is. Maybe that's sharing too much. I'm sorry. But this is going to help me freaking for once get out of this bank that I do not like. It's a locally owned bank and they drive me crazy. They're as backwards as the laws were. I got to tell you, I'm happy about that. Here's another good one. Empower family farmers and increase their incomes by strengthening the Department of Agriculture's tools to stop the abusive practices of some meat processors. So this is really interesting. If you were to just dive into any one of these facts from this fact sheet, from this executive order, you would find some information about each one that would make more sense to you. But for instance, with the farms, there's a couple of things. First of all, the way the law is written, you can put a Made in USA sticker on some meat when it wasn't made in the USA. It could have been made anywhere and repackaged in the USA. One little part of it could have been made in the USA and the rest of it was shipped in, let's say they use a certain percentage of USA meat and the rest is not. It's just not truthful. It's not truthful in advertising. All of our really good laws have gone out the window. Also, it turns out that there's very few processors for chicken. Like I think there's less than 5 for the whole country. So these farmers are beholden. It's like you got to work with one of these few processors or else. So they tend to set everything, your prices, when they're gonna buy from you, everything. There's no competition. This is what he's trying to do. He's trying to make it so that we can have broader competition and have more opportunities to sell our product or to create a product. This is going to bring jobs, you guys. This is a really big deal. He's saying here, increase opportunities for small businesses by directing all federal agencies to promote greater competition through their procurement and spending decisions. So what does that mean? That means a lot of government spending is going to open up. And guess who has a better chance of now getting that money? Smaller firms can now go in and compete, whereas before they couldn't. This is what we have to do to level the playing field. I'm sorry. Sometimes it gets out of balance and the government needs to sort of put their foot on the scale and help out, some other wider competition to make it more accessible for competition. There's a lot more to this. Calls on leading antitrust agencies, the Department of Justice and the Federal Trade Commission to enforce antitrust laws vigorously, and recognizes that the law allows them to challenge prior bad mergers and past administrations did not previously challenge. And then the last thing I'll talk about is that the White House Competition Council is led by the director of the National Economic Council. So he's actually establishing a White House Competition Council. And it's going to monitor the progress on finalizing the initiatives in the order and to coordinate the federal government's response to the rising power of large corporations in our economy. Now, I know in a few of these situations, he's giving these businesses, these corporations, he's giving them like 30 days. I mean, I'm not talking about you get a year to do this or whatever. I'm talking 30 days. You have to start making progress. This is a fast track thing. He is also talking about, it's just, it's awesome. This is going to increase wages. It's going to help us bring down prescription drug prices. It's going to create jobs. Y'all, this is a win-win, win-win, win-win-win. Sorry, it got dark. It's going to storm here, I assume. This is a big deal. And then why I'm even talking to you about this is because please consider talking to your representatives and your senators. Have them go out in the community. Have them talk about how this is going to help people. If the community doesn't know that this stuff is going to happen, then they're not going to be rah, 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 right? If they don't know that, hey, you can probably get better response from federal agencies if you have a business, go pitch to them more, right? You can make more money getting government contracts. You just need to go pitch again and again and again because they have to break the cycle of this, kind of antitrust locked in, businesses. Few businesses have a stranglehold, and Biden is literally like a piñata. They just showed me a piñata. He's just like, boom, breaking it open so we all get some candy or some crystals. We did talk about putting crystals in a piñata once. But anyway, whatever you want to put in your piñata, money. We're talking money. But we have a messaging problem, right? Democrats have a messaging problem. We don't go out and beat our drum and say, woo, 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 look what we did. If a Republican pees in the urinal instead of his pants, he's on Fox News saying, look what I did. I'm a big boy. I peed in the urinal. Democrats could be saving hundreds of thousands of lives and never even be on any news, right? I mean, we've got to start messaging. We've got to get it out there. I think this is a good place to start. I hope you do too. I hope this was informative. I hope it brought you some uplifting vibrations and energy, because I know things have been a little bit rocky with various things we're dealing with, and this is good news. And I want to share some good news, and my guides wanted me to tell you guys how you could actually make it even better news. Have your reps and your senators go out there and talk to your community, call the news. Let's get out there and make it work, people. The midterms is coming. We need to fight hard. We need to be prepared. And this is something literally in our lap, fell in our lap, that we can do something with. So what else do I want to tell you? The last thing I just want to say is I'll be on this channel live with Jen of Jen's World Tarot tomorrow night, Thursday night, 7:30 p.m. for a live, our Thursday night live. 7:30 p.m. It's hilarious. It's fun. We talk about politics plus God knows what else. And we also take your questions, so please join us. And then also on Sundays, I join Allie at Heart and Soul Connected, and Sunday at noon Central. And basically, that's a really good time as well, because it's me and Allie, and we answer your questions, your psychic questions, and we also help you connect with your loved ones that have crossed over. So literally Sunday at noon, you can come on to Heart and Soul Connected channel and hear from your mother, your brother, whoever's crossed over on the other side. You could get a chance to actually get a message from them. It's something that we do to give back to the community. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of healing that goes on. So please join me in some of those things. And big blessings to everybody. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Please consider subscribing and liking this video. After all, that's how I even found out about this Biden executive order, was through the suggested video that appears on your screen by a video or by a channel that you don't even know, right? That's how I learned about this whole thing. So, by liking and subscribing to my channel and commenting, that gives me a better chance of having my face on somebody else's screen. And they may say, hey, check that woman out. She looks nutty. Let's check her out. So that gives me a chance to have more viewers. I appreciate that. Listen, you guys all have a great day today. We will talk soon. For entertainment purposes only.